Hello, I'm Bruce Carlson, Technical Specialist with CHS Agronomy. Today I'm in East Central Minnesota, obviously standing in the middle of a cornfield. It's June 22nd, and what I want to do is talk to you about the value of a liquid in-furrow starter fertilizer and what are some of the things that we can do to make those applications the most efficient, and what kind of products we can use to maximize our overall efficiency and get the most bang for the buck on the starter fertilizer that we're using. In the northern corn belt, we tend to have some colder type soils that can tend to be wet, and in this area we need to capitalize on the full season to get that maximum benefit for the whole year by an early planting date, and also to have that crop mature before it frosts. So this year we were very fortunate. We got most of the corn planted in the latter part of April, early May, so everything is off to a really good start. But what can happen in these colder soils early in the season is we don't have a lot of microbial activity. We don't have a lot of mineralization going on early on. So what that can do is kind of prevent some of those nutrients to get going that the plant needs early on. So if we can add a starter fertilizer, a liquid fertilizer right in furrow, right where the seed is and the new seedling is growing, we can obviously deliver those nutrients the most efficiently right to the plant, right where it needs it, and not getting any kind of lag time at all. It's right there, gets the plant going off to a good start. What we're looking at here is this is actually kind of a side-by-side of some strips, and you can't really see in the field right now, but we've got 4 rows of a CHS XLR 723.5 liquid starter fertilizer. We've got 4 rows of that. Then we have 4 rows of the same thing, but we added our Levosol zinc chelated zinc product on the next 4 rows, and then we've replicated across the trial. So what we're going to see is the value of the starter fertilizer, number one, and then the value of adding the chelate. And I'll talk to you a little bit more what we're really talking about with the Levosol. The first thing we want to do is start with a high quality liquid starter fertilizer. I mentioned to you already that in this trial we have the CHS XLR 723.5, and as you can see when I walk up a little bit closer, you can see the nice clean formulation that it is. It's water soluble, it's a high ortho load, so the high ortho load means that it's readily available to the corn plant. It doesn't need to have any conversion, so a big percentage of it is right there for the plant to be able to take up immediately. The water solubility being high water soluble, it's not corrosive at all, so it's going to be very easy on your equipment versus some of the products like 1034O. So bottom line is it's just a much easier product to handle. It's also going to mix very well with any micronutrients, and we'll talk about the Levosol zinc product in a minute. Or if you are planning on mixing it with an insecticide or something like that, you've got a very nice formulation that will work well. Okay, so what's the next thing we can do to make the 723.5? It's already an efficient starter fertilizer, but what can we do to make that more efficient? We have some technology that we've had for a number of years. It's now patented. It's called Levosol technology. It's a chelate. Specifically, it's an ortho EDD-H chelate, and what that does is it makes the plant nutrients even more readily available. And how that works, it's based on chelate technology. As you probably know, phosphorus tends to tie up in the soil. It attaches to those positive cations. Once it attaches to those cations, it's not available to the plant. And then even once it's attached to those micronutrients aren't readily available as well. The chelate itself, the molecule, attaches to those cations, so it keeps it away from the phosphorus, and now the phosphorus is readily available for the plant to uptake. And at the same time, the micronutrients aren't attached to the phosphorus as much, so they're readily available as well. So what we're doing is making an already good fertilizer even more efficient by using the Levosol technology. You'll notice this is zinc. So this is has zinc added to it. So what we're doing is replacing the 9% to the 10% zinc that most growers are using, because we need to have zinc for good corn production. The problem with zinc can be, though, is that it can run out a little bit too early. We need a lot of that zinc later in the growing season, and by using the Levosol in combination with the zinc, we're now extending that zinc out much farther. Again, because that chelate technology, it extends it out and it has the zinc available for the plant later in the year when it needs it. This is going to work in all pHs. It's going to help out, and we are looking at typically a 1 quart per acre rate of the Levosol zinc In-Furrow in combination with the 723.5. So what we did in this plot here is that, I think I mentioned earlier, we had 723.5, and then we've got 723.5 with the Levosol zinc. And as soon as I get done with the video, what I'm going to do is take some soil samples in furrow where we have the Levosol zinc, and then also check where we don't have the Levosol zinc and do a comparison. And what we're really looking for is to see if there's more phosphorus availability and even micronutrients available where the Levosol zinc was applied. That will just show us that how effective the Levosol zinc is working. So as soon as we get done, I'm going to take those soil samples. We'll see what the results are. This is what the Levosol zinc looks like. It's obviously a very nice formulation as well, and it's going to mix very well. Not going to have any problems mixing it with insecticides, or obviously mixing it with the starter fertilizers. So hopefully that was beneficial, and we'll stay tuned and see how this field turns out. But like I said, we're off to a good start in this part of the country with a nice corn crop. Thank you for your time.